Yeah, but that's when you hold your breath down there when you're not quite straight in the shutdown area. There's a good look at Gene Patterson, hands on his hips. He's the crew chief for Dan Patrick and Sampson. No stranger to monster truck competition, either as a crew chief or as a driver, formerly with Bigfoot.
Oh, he knows exactly what he's doing. That's why Patrick is teamed up with him. I'm looking for something from these guys in the future. They're talking to a lot of the major corporations. They're trying to work their way back in. As Dan Patrick's picture comes up on the screen, they want to put Chevrolet back in a winner's circle. They want to break this Ford dominance.
There's a look at Colt Cobra, the snake bite truck, and it will be Ford against Chevrolet. Patrick, in fact, was the first truck in Sampson into the 4-second bracket. He has found victory lane already this season.
Yeah, that's been the highlight for the Chevrolet camp, because as soon as he went into the fours, the Ford followed him there, and they've been dominant since.
And right there, snake bite takes the victory, the far lane. The time on that was a 5:08 for Colt Cobra. Dan Patrick's 5:13, ever so close, but hey, not close enough.
Yeah, again, we're not playing horseshoes and hand grenades. Close doesn't count.
Once again, a Ford continues to win. As we take a look right here, you see the Ford is on the ground first, hooking up the horsepower. Now, all the Fords are using the Trailmaster shocks. Snakebite takes the win, and he's standing by trackside with Army Armstrong.
Tell you what, you're like a bad penny to this Bigfoot team. You just keep coming back, and they keep trying to chop your head off, and you keep coming back after them.
That's right, Arm. We keep coming back. We're trying to knock on the door, so to speak, with the Bigfoot team over there. We're doing the best job we can. They know we're here. They're just trying not to look back, but they're going to have to look back one of these days because we're right there.
Coming up next, another Ford Chevrolet pairing with the Bigfoot Blue Ford of Andy Brass and the Carolina Crusher of Gary Porter. Andy Brass, the 11th event this season, is playing catch-up. In fact, he is only second in the point standings.
Oh, that's a new role for Andy, but I don't think it's going to affect him. He is such a cool driver. He's calm, cool, and collective. He's going to do exactly what he has to do. He's concentrating on going to the other end. The St. Louis recently married native knows what he's got to do. He knows what Bob Chandler paid him to do. Meanwhile, Gary Porter, the privateer, he runs off his own pocketbook with the Carolina Crusher. He knows what he's got to do, too. He had the hot hand in this sport about 3 years ago, lost it because he's spending so much time on the road. He doesn't have a research and development program like the Bigfoot team, and that's costing he and the other drivers, Gary.
Well, of course, Gary Porter won the national title here about 3 years ago. Down in the point standings right now as he stages alongside the Big Blue of Andy Brass. Round 2 competition continues here in Canfield, Ohio.
Got a good race. Check this out.
Andy Brass wins it. Oh, and here's a good time for Brass, 4:98. Second straight run in the fours for Andy Brass. 5:08, a good run for Gary Porter, just not quick enough.
Keep bumping out. It's kind of like a carrot. They just hold it far enough in front of you.
Here's a look at your final four. The Power Wheels Bigfoot against Snakebite. Carolina Crusher, Gary Porter, the fast loser, going up against the Bigfoot Cruiser. And here's Gary Porter.
Gary, real quick. Man, a 5-0 run is awesome. You've run a 5:06 and gotten beat this weekend, a 5:08 and gotten beat this weekend. What's going through your mind here?
Well, Army is really tough out here, without having a big major sponsor and without having about 20 crew guys to, keep my truck up for me, and all I do is sit in the driver's seat. It's sort of hard for me to, compete against them. I'm just out here, struggling, doing the best I can, and, my day will come.
That seems to be the sentiment of everyone. They all say the same thing when they're chasing the guy driving this Ford. The Monster Truck Thunder Drags are part of the Special Events Performance Series. It's a weekend of four-wheel fun. Visit the manufacturer's Midway and enjoy the show and shine competition. Contact the Special Events Promotion Company to find out when one of these shows will be coming to your area. Welcome back to Canfield, Ohio. We are prepared for the semifinals. 3 Fords and a Chevrolet. Some cloudiness now has moved into the area, but not to dampen the enthusiasm, the spirits, or the competition. There's a look at the Bigfoot Power Wheels of Dan Runte. And let's go back trackside now and check in with Army Armstrong.
Gary, one of the concerns that some of the other driver have are the number of crew members that are coming out here now. Jim Skycutter, he's an old drag racer. He comes over with the Bob Chandler operation, is listed actually as a crew chief for that truck. But what he's serving really is a statistician for all the Bigfoot involved trucks here. He's the guy that dots I's and cross T's, but the other teams don't have the luxury of having a Jim Skycutter on their team, or the perfectionism that he brings to the sport with him from the sport of drag racing that he's been involved in. Back to you, Gary.